Okay, hello friends. This is a tutorial for how to set up the lesson for the lesson team. So assuming you're already in the main lesson hall, and first thing you do is you want to turn on all the TVs. Those TVs over there you can just reach and turn on. This projector and this TV in this corner, you need the remote control, which is next to the laptop over there in the corner. So you want to turn all these TVs on, including this TV over here, and then we come over here to the light switch. So in essence, if you wanna just do a basic setup, all you need to do is flip all of these middle switches. These middle switches give you all the lights that you need for the lesson. Then to have light in the tech room, here's a little Shidur sticker. That's the light in the tech room. Once you have all that set up, we go into the tech room. So here, assuming everything is completely shut down, the first thing you want to do is turn on this master switch over here. We have this one master switch, and it flips everything on, all of the main systems. So we're flipping on that master switch. After that, we want to turn on this computer. If the monitor is off, we turn on the monitor. And if the computer itself is off, over here is the computer, and where we turn it on, the button is all the way in the back. There's a button all the way in the back. We turn it on, and there we go. The computer is loading up. While it's loading up, I'm going to also turn on the sound over here. This here is the power to the sound. And right now we're going to work on the computer to set up the lesson. So it already logged in. The very first thing we want to do is open up the vMix. The vMix is what controls our video. So it controls our video of our camera. So we're going to start with that, because from there on it starts with that. So once you start vMix, you're going to see this red button, external. What you want to do first things first is to disable that red button. So you press external. Yes, you want to stop it. We're disabling it. Once you disable it, you can hit this last button, top, over there, last, and it should display our camera just like that. So the camera is set up. Now we want to re-enable this external button, which in essence sends out our picture, meaning we can now use this picture that we see here in different places, like we could send it to the Shidur in Israel. And we also want to start this button over here, stream. For now, we're still starting it from this computer. In the future, it might be transferred to another computer. Okay, we finished with vMix. Next thing we want to do is turn on Chrome. So we're opening up Chrome, and here we want to open up two tabs. One is the Galaxy tab. The Galaxy tab gives us connection with Israel. So all you have to do is click the Galaxy tab. We should see our picture here, our own video that we just enabled. We should see it here. If it's enabled, it looks good. That means Israel sees us right now. That's it. This is our connection with Israel. The second tab that you want to open here is the translations. So we do a new tab and translations. This should automatically give you Russian and English translations. They're already running. Over here we can even look on our soundboard, and we see that they're blinking these two lights for Russian and English. So these two lights are already enabled. These two sounds are already enabled. Now we're done with Chrome. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Firefox in order to open up the main video from which we get Hebrew and the actual video. Now sometimes when you hit it, the window doesn't open up in the main screen, but it opens up in one of the side screens. So pretty much just picture the way this thing is set up right now, that as if you have two invisible monitors, one to the right of you and one to the top of you. To the right of you is where we get this picture that goes to the main screen over there on the projector. So we opened up Firefox, we don't see it because it went to the side screen over there. So what I need to do is I need to move my mouse all the way to the right and drag it from that screen onto this middle screen. And this is how I work with it. Here, let's say we didn't have that open. Here we can open up this video tab, which gives us the video and the sound for Hebrew. So over here we have the bitrate for the video. Usually we set it to the highest one, which is 600. And for the language, we set language Hebrew workshop. meaning the difference between the workshop and the source is that the workshop, they mute during the workshop, so we don't have to mute. So Hebrew workshop, that's it, it's good. So we're gonna drag it back out there to the right. Drag, 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 drag. You see. And we're gonna hit that full screen button. And there we have now all three languages. So over here, we should have all three languages blinking. On the soundboard, usually, if you don't know how to use it, all you really need to do for basic setup is just to make sure the Hebrew is set up over there, right about to that level over there. You see, that's like a standard 0. There's a 0 right next to that level. You set it to there, it's good. And if we want the main sound, the speaker, once again, the power to the speaker is over here. We're going to turn it on. We're already going to be hearing stuff from what we just set up. There we go. Okay, so now that we have that set up, the last thing we want to set up is the zoom. I'm just going to turn it off now. So zoom, over here we're hitting the zoom button. We do join a meeting, and the address should already be saved for the lesson zoom. We go into the men's lesson zoom. Don't connect to audio, turn off the video, and join. Once you're joined, you can start the video over here on the left. You hit start video, you should see us, and if there's somebody else in the room, you'll see a bunch of other participants. Now here, as I said, you picture an imaginary screen on top of you, and that's where you're dragging this window. You're dragging it up, and it's going to the screen over there in front of us there. So I'm going to drag it up like that. You can drag it all the way up, and it automatically full screens. And that's it. You're set up with Zoom. Last thing we're going to show you here, if the camera is not positioned correctly, you can open up this shortcut here on Internet Explorer. Net surveillance web, opening up, admin, no password, logging in, pressing OK to the first prompt, and here you could zoom in and zoom out as needed. Over here on the right are the controls. Steps are how fast you want to move to the right, left, or zoom out. So if you do 5 or 4, it goes makes big steps to the right or to the left, or zooms in and out. If you do 1, it makes really small steps or zooms in really slowly. So here, if you need to make adjustments, this is how you make adjustments. And that's it. Once you've finished with that, then you're set up on this side. Everything is set up. Lastly, what you want to do on this computer, if it's not turned on, then come down here and turn it on. The power is over here on the right. There's a power button right there. And so usually this computer is turned on, but if not, there is the power. We're turning on the screen. And here what we want to open up is the side view of the groups. So we just need the Chrome, and we need groups. Here's the bookmark for groups. It's going to take a few seconds to load, then it will open up. You could do full screen just because it looks better without the top address bar. Try to hide the mouse, and that's it. So there you go. That's the very, very basic setup of everything. Now if you need to do a more advanced setup, which includes microphones, you're going to use this over here. Remember, this is the master power switch. So if you want to set up microphones, you hit this one. This is the second to the last one. You flip that on, and our microphones transmitters are turned on, and we use the microphone that I don't see right now because so once you hit up the transmitter for the microphone, the main microphone that we're using is this one, 6010, and here to turn on the microphone, once you turn on the transmitter, you could rotate this dial. Once you find the power, hold it, and you see now it's turned on. It shows you the battery, and if it's muted, it also shows you that it's muted over here. As you can see right now on the right, it says mute. So on the bottom there's a little mute button. If you rotate this dial, if you need to mute, unmute, you could do it from there. That's that. Once you have this turned on, you can test if it works. once you talk into it, look at this one right here, mic 6010. When you talk into it, this light switch will light up. All you need to do here is just unmute that, and this is the mic. If you want the mic just in the room, you need to raise this lever, and now you have the mic in the room. So it's just going locally here in the room. If you want to send it to Israel, what you'll need to do is you'll need to connect to one of their rooms in the sounds. So I'll just show an example here in Chrome, that when you open up that video channel, over here there's special rooms. When you scroll all the way down in the sounds, usually they tell you Galaxy 1, 2, 3, 4, one of those, and you need to connect to one of those. Whoever you're speaking to in Israel, he will tell you which one to connect to, and then that's it. Once it's unmuted, over here on the soundboard, over here, if this is red, it means it's muted. If you let go of it, it's unmuted. Once it's unmuted, you can do a sound test with Israel, and that's it. You're set up with a mic, and that's everything. This is the basic setup for the lesson team. L'chaim.
L'chaim.